Welcome to Module 1, Lesson 5. Our I can statement for the lesson is, I can use place value understanding to round whole numbers through 1 million and estimate. When we are estimating, we're going to need to use the skill of rounding. So it's very important for us to understand how to round numbers and use that to create estimates. Take a look at our build understanding. Number 1, an organization is collecting spare change to donate to local charities. For the month of June, they collected 12,678 coins. About how many coins, rounded to the nearest 10,000, were collected in June? So we see this word about, giving us a clue we're looking for an estimate. But then it gives us a really specific number it wants us to round to. It says to round to the nearest 10,000. So I want to think about where that 10,000s place is in my number. Go ahead and underline the digit in the 10,000s place. So the digit in the 10,000s place is that 1/10,000. So we are going to round to the nearest 10,000. So it's asking us, how can we use place value to do this? In order to determine how we're going to round this number, we need to look at the digit and the next smallest place value. So if we're rounding to the 10,000s place, we need to look at the digit in the thousands place. So we can use the digit in the thousands place. So that would mean we are looking at this digit of 2,000s. Now letter B is going to give us another option of how can we round. It says, how can you use a number line to round a number to the nearest 10,000? I really like using number lines to round. So when I use a number line to round, we can either use a vertical or a horizontal number line. If you were to use a vertical number line, let's take a look. We would look at that place value we're rounding to, that 1/10,000. And then our next would be 20,000. So we know our two options when we're rounding 12,678 are, is it closer to 10,000 or to 20,000? In order to find that, we need to find the midway point. That midway point would be 15,000. Is 12,678 closer to 10,000 or 20? We know it's below the midway point, so it's closer to 10,000. So let's go ahead and answer this letter B. How can we use a number line to round a number to the nearest 10,000? We can find which 10,000 it is closer to. Now C is asking us to do the work that I did over here to the side to demonstrate how to use a vertical number line. The 10,000s, it is between our 10,000 because we have that 1 in the 10,000s place, and 20,000 because that would be the greater number. Now it wants us to show that 12,678 is between these. So we show that it's greater than 10,000 but less than 20,000. So by using those comparison markings, we're showing that number is between these two 10,000s. So here's that number line in a horizontal form. It shows us that 10,000 and 20,000 and our halfway point of 15,000. So it asks us, how can using the number line and halfway point tell you which 10,000 the number of coins collected for June is closer to? So each of these little tick marks would be 1,000, right? So 11,000, 12,000. Our number is a little bit more than 12,000, so we'll go ahead and mark it there. So which of those is it closer to? It's closer to 10,000 because it is less than the halfway point. So when we use a number line, it gives us a clear halfway point that we can use to determine which 10,000 it's closer to. Let's go ahead and take a look at letter E. 12,678 is closer to, it's asking us for those two 10,000s. 10,000 to 10,000 than 20,000. 12,678 rounded to the nearest 10,000 is 10,000 because it's closer to that place. So the organization collected about 10,000 coins in June. When the coin collection period ends, there are 26,411 coins. How can you round 26,411 to the nearest 1,000? This time it's going to ask us to use place value to round. And we are rounding to the nearest 1,000. Go ahead and underline the digit in the thousands place. Okay, so we're looking at that 6,000, but remember, like when we regroup and rename, there is a total of 26,000s in this number. So let's look at A. To round a number to the nearest 1,000, find the thousands it is between. Well, it's not just 6,000, right? Like we underline the digit 6. It's 26,000. And then what is the greater 1,000? The one that would be up would be 27,000. Look at the digit in the place value position to the right of the rounding place and circle it. Okay, so remember we're rounding to the thousands place, which has the digit of 6. So we'll look to that 400s to determine where it's going to be in relation to the halfway point. So it gives us this tip over here. If the digit is 5 or greater, the digit in the rounding place increases by 1. Well, why is that? Okay, so if we're looking at our halfway point, right, we think about this on a number line. We have 26,000 here, and we have 27,000 here. What would the halfway point be? Well, the halfway point would be 26,500. See that digit 5? That's what it's referring to here, that digit being 5. So is this digit greater than 5? It's not. So where would that put it on the number line? It will put it below the halfway point. So when it's telling us that digit being 5 or greater, that means it's going to be greater than the halfway point. The digit in the hundreds place is 4. So now we got to read the whole thing before I fill this in. So blank is closer to blank than blank. It's asking us what is that number closer to? So our number that we started with is 26,411. Which is it closer to? Which 1,000? It's below the halfway point. The digit is less than 5. So it is closer to 26,000 than 27,000. So 26,411 rounded to the nearest 1,000 is 26,000. Right, go ahead and check your understanding, and then press play to check your answers. Okay, so let's go ahead and check. Number 1, it serves about 17,000 customers. It asked us to round to the nearest 1,000. I went ahead and used a number line. The 2,000s that's in between are 17,000 and 18,000. That halfway point would be 17,500. Because it's less than that halfway point, it rounds to 17,000 customers. For number 2, I went ahead and used place value to solve. 439,168, we were rounding to the nearest 100,000. So I looked at the digit in the 10,000s place. The digit in the 10,000s place was 3, which is less than 5. meaning it is less than halfway to the next 100,000. So that number rounds to 400,000. For number 3, I used place value and a number line just to check. So we were rounding to the 10,000s place. I went ahead and looked to the digit to the right. It's a 6, meaning it is greater than 5 and greater than the halfway point. So I rounded this number to 480,000. I created a number line just to check. If I'm rounding to the nearest 10,000, there are 47 10,000s in that number. So 470,000 and 480,000. My midway point is 475,000. 476 is greater than 475,000, so it rounds to 480,000.